Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of the social media scene. What's on tap for today? Oh, today we got a lot to talk about. First, let's talk about Twitter subscriptions. Would you be willing to pay a little bit of money for a couple of new features on Twitter? Would you? We'll explore that today. Also, Facebook. If you are developing your ad strategy, I got news for you. Some things are going to change. Some of those things you used to be able to target in your Facebook ads, you won't be able to target anymore, and I'll tell you why. Also today, carousels on Instagram. Editing them just got a little easier. That's always good. And guess what? Scandal Star has a new YouTube channel. It's Handle. That's right. I'll tell you more about Kerry Washington's new YouTube channel and what shows she is bringing to that platform. All that and more is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. A new episode of the social media scene is on its way. How is everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Welcome. So if you are new, I am Alice Fuller, Principal Consultant at Sheer Social. Now you're wondering, what in the world is a Sheer Social? Well, that is my social media marketing, training, and consulting business. I also do social media management because I know that's what you're wondering. Yes, I do social media management for certain clients, but primarily these days, I do more training, consulting, teaching, that type of thing. Yes. And this right here, this is a social media scene. This is where week to week I share with you what is going on in the world of social media. Now, I can't share with you every blessed thing, but I do try to cater it to or tailor it to how you use social media day to day for business too. And I do add a little entertainment, television, film flavor. Why? Because in a minute, people, it's just all going to be media. There's a convergence going on. And I've been saying this for years, but maybe now you'll start listening. In a minute, it's just all going to be media, not social, not traditional, just media, or basically content. Yeah, we're all just going to call it content. So that is why I call this the social media scene. So what is popping on today's rundown? Today we're going to talk about a lot. First, I think we'll dive into Twitter subscriptions. Would you be willing to pay Twitter a little fee to have extra perks and features? Would it be worth it to you? We'll explore that. Also today, when it comes down to Instagram, I got 2 Instagram stories today. Instagram's carousels. You know, they're not the easiest thing to edit. Not at all. But it got easier. Editing your carousels got easier, and I'll tell you why. Also, if you are using Instagram Live, if you're live streaming on Instagram, some new coin could be coming your way. That's right. Cha-ching, cha-ching. And today, definitely got to talk about Facebook ad targeting. That's about to change for a couple of reasons, and I'll tell you why, especially if you are really keen on targeting certain people, pages, organizations. I'll tell you why some of that is about to change. And last but not least, it's Handle. That's right. Kerry Washington is officially a YouTuber. That's right, gladiators. Kerry Washington is on YouTube and she's bringing a new show to that platform, and I'll tell you more about it. So that's on the rundown for today's show. So let's go ahead and dive in. Let me get my clapboard together because we don't start a production without a clapboard. There we go. There you go. So we can officially start. Let's go ahead and dive into Twitter. Yeah, let's go ahead and dive into Twitter. When we start talking about Twitter, and would you be willing to pay for extra features on Twitter? Would you? And I'm talking like, say you sent out a tweet and it's like, oh, John Brown, I shouldn't have sent that. And you can retract that tweet before it gets you in trouble. Would you be willing to pay for that feature? Well, that's not the only feature that's being offered. Okay, so here's some other perks that Twitter will give you if you're willing to pay $2.99 a month. That's $3, people. $2.99. Okay, so first we got bookmark folders. Would you like to save your tweets, certain tweets, in assigned topic folders? Would that be useful to you? I mean, yeah, you got Twitter lists, but that's not quite the same thing. What about reader mode? Turn tweet threads into a clutter-free, easy-to-read text. Does that interest you at all? What about changing your color theme? Does it move you? Okay. What about you could select from a range of custom app icons to use on your device? Still not moved? Let's see. Dedicated support. If you are a Twitter Blue subscriber, because that's what this new feature or this new offering is called, Twitter Blue, you get access to dedicated customer support. Does that move you? All of those extra perks, are they worth $2.99 a month to you? I'll let you decide. Now, for me personally, in all honesty, nada. No. $2.99, that's a bomb value meal. Yeah, you can get a burger and fries, okay, and do whatever you need to do to quench your thirst. But for me, $2.99, not really. However, that undo tweet, which Twitter is kind of trying to sell as an edit tweet, but it's not really editing a tweet because technically the tweet is already out there, but you get to take the tweet back within a couple of seconds. You get a little window to make like you didn't send that out to the world. Did I do that? Yes, you did. Yes. So $2.99 a month. Oh, here's the other thing you get too. If you indeed decide to pay $2.99 a month for Twitter Blue. Twitter is of course, like other platforms, they're always testing new features, new things. Would you like to be a part of those tests? Well, if you sign up for Twitter Blue, you potentially could be. So every time Twitter is doing something new, you'll be in an elite group of people that gets access to those things first. Would that be worth $2.99 along with all the other things I just explained? Would that be worth $2.99, aka $3 a month to you? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. For some of you, it might be worth it, especially if you have certain clients or you're doing social media for someone other than yourself. But for some of you, maybe not. But let's go over here to Twitter to learn a little bit more about it. And I'm just hoping I set up my browser correctly. I'm thinking I probably did not. So you might see some stuff I really don't want you to see. It's quite possible because the morning was a little hectic. So we're going to push this button and see what happens. Okay. Oh, it worked. Thank you. Okay. So let's see here.
Are you ready to take Twitter to the next level? Then you need to sign up for Twitter Blue. So you can Twitter faster, stronger, harder, smarter, and also stronger. Wow. 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 I can feel the difference. Twitter Blue is a premium subscription with features like bookmark folders, ad-free articles, and undo tweet. Now tweet and undo. It's exercise, but it's also staring at your phone, which is what I like to do. Let's check out ad-free articles. Now pick one and scroll. Scroll. You're doing great. R.I.P. Twitter, more like let's get ripped, Twitter. Give those sad noodles you call fingers the upgrade they deserve with Twitter Blue. Join your heroes and sign up for Twitter Blue today. Are you ready to take Twitter to the next level? Then you need to sign up for...
Okay, that's cute. I'm gonna give Twitter props on the old school 80s Jane Fonda, Olivia Newton-John workout theme. That's real cute, but I don't think it's it's still worth $2.99 a month for. I don't. But maybe, just maybe somebody might, really take advantage of it. So let's look at some of how they explain some of these other features. Let me go back over here to Twitter so y'all can see them explain some of these features to you. Hold on. Let me cue this up right quick. Okay, let's go back over here. So here's the undo tweet. Okay. All right. Okay. Um, this is real cute. This is a good way. You know what? The way they laid this out is real strategic. One, because it keeps me on this Twitter thing a lot longer than I usually would be to read a thread. Uh, but those are just some of the features that you will get. Again, is it worth $2.99 a month? $3. Is it? I don't know. So it's up to you. So that's Twitter news for today. Let's move on to other stuff because there is more to talk about today. So let's dive now into the gram. The gram. Let's just go ahead and dive into Instagram. So with Instagram, carousels. How many of you are now really exploring how to boost your engagement with your newsfeed content? We're not talking about reels. We're not talking about stories. We're not talking about Instagram Live. We're just talking about the good old feed. Remember that? remember remember your Instagram feed? Yes. Well, if you are using carousels to hopefully boost engagement, get people to stay longer on your content, you'll now be able to edit them. You'll now be able to remove specific posts from the series. Before, you just had to start over, which was a pain in the what? You know what? It was a pain. But now you'll be able to, like I said, remove specific posts from the series in the carousel. And all you have to do is just tap on the three little dots in the menu, and then you'll select edit, real easy peasy. And then tap on the small trash icon in the top left of the image or video that you want to remove. That's hot. You don't get much easier than that, people. Hold on. Let's see. I do have a little picture to share with you so you can get a better understanding of what's going on. Okay. So first, we got to talk to Adam Mazzari because of course, he has a statement to make, which is not bad. The man has his job to do. So let's go over here to the gram and see what Mr. CEO has to say. All right, so let's cue this up. Turn on the sound.
About 2 hidden gems on Instagram, both new. The first is what I call a finally feature. A finally feature is a feature that should have been around a while ago and people have been asking for, and we have finally gotten around to it and gotten it out the door. This one, and I will show you on my phone, which is always a little dangerous, is the ability to delete one photo out of a carousel. If you upload a carousel, so photos and videos together, you can now go and pick one that you don't like. Maybe you're not into it anymore. Here, this is a series of photos from a camping trip weekend we did, and here's my buddy Drew. Maybe I'm not into Drew anymore. And I can go to the 3 dots at the top right, hit edit, swipe to the photo you want to get rid of, and you'll see a little delete icon in the top left, and you can just delete it like that. I'm gonna leave Drew though, because I'm a big fan of Drew. The other feature is something that we call Rage Shake. You ever use Instagram and it just wasn't working like it was supposed to? Maybe stories didn't load, maybe the audio wasn't working, maybe you just couldn't upload a photo and it was just really getting you, really just pissing you off. Well, now you can literally shake the phone and a little option will come up that allows you to report a problem. And you can explain exactly what happened, how you ended up in that place, and all of the emotions and feels that you've got going on. And we'll have someone actually take a look at it. And this will help us prioritize bugs and other things to fix in the Instagram app. And we appreciate the feedback, as colorful as it might be. So I please encourage you to do that. Rage Shake is on iOS and Android, only in the US to start. And the ability to delete one photo out of a carousel is on iOS, and Android is coming soon behind. Hopefully you check them out, you enjoy them. I think these are 2 solid hidden gems, and I'll see you next week. Peace.
He calls it Rage Shake. How about throw that up against the wall? That works for me too. Rage Shake. That sounds like a new dance. Okay, but at any rate, you saw 2 new things, 2 new features with the editing carousels, real easy peasy, and the Rage Shake. If something's going on with your Instagram, you shake the phone and something will pop up and you can vent, you can explain to Instagram what is going on. And he claims someone will respond to that. And okay, all right. Notice he didn't say how long that was going to take. Because just think of how many people are on Instagram throughout the day. Hundreds, millions of people could be rage shaking at the same time. And you mean to tell me somebody's going to respond to that? Or actually, a bot probably is going to be the one responding to that. And if it's something that they feel like probably a lot of people are complaining about, maybe a person might respond to it. But who knows? Rage Shake. I don't even know why you would call it Rage Shake. That's the last thing you want to call anything with Instagram attached to it, rage. But okay, they didn't ask me for my opinion on what to call it. So we're going to move on. So here's something that some of you might consider outrageous, but outrageous in a good way. Badges. If you are a creator, and we know now when we start talking about Instagram, a creator is primarily an influencer. Okay. It is an influencer. I guess I'm assuming somebody said, the PR around the word influencer isn't working like it used to. It's got a negative connotation to it because some of these people don't really influence anything. Thus, they're heretofore. We're going to change it to creator. Okay. All right. That was a strategic and a good PR move too, in my opinion. So you got to have a certain amount of followers to take advantage of this new feature for Instagram Live. And I do believe it's going to be 10,000, not subscribers, but followers. I do believe, but I will have the deets on that in just a second. So basically, if you are familiar with live streaming on Facebook, especially with gaming, live streaming on YouTube, you know that people, when they give up a certain amount of money, they get little badges and that kind of thing. Okay, well, this is no different. You'll be able to purchase little increments of like $1.99, $4.99 to support your favorite IG streamers. Okay. And then you'll receive a unique thank you message. And of course, you'll get a little shine as your comment goes up in the feed. Okay, so everybody likes a little acknowledgement. So let's go over here to the gram and see what this is all about. Browse. Here we go. Badges for creators. Okay. Let's see. You can get paid for the live content you're creating. Yay. Your viewers can purchase, I just told you, in increments of basically 99 cents, $1.99, and $4.99. So that's basically $1, $2, and $5. Okay. Swipe through to learn more about the eligibility and how to start using badges. Okay, let's do that. Okay. All eligible US based creators. Okay, that's good. We just told you about that, what the pricing is. Okay. And let's see, you got to be 18 years old. So you little teenagers, you little 13-year-olds, this ain't for you. Reside in the US. Got to have 10,000 plus followers. Okay. Use a professional account, creator or business. That right there might mess it up for some of you. And you got to meet the partner monetization policies and remain compliant with our community guidelines and content monetization policies. Yeah, they're going to vet you just a little bit. So if you got a couple of strikes against you, you may or may not be able to take advantage of this. But I think the majority of you, if you have the 10,000, then you might be able to take advantage of this, the badges. Okay? So that's good. Make a little extra money if indeed you fit their criteria. And you'll see this happening more and more and more across a lot of the social media platforms because everybody's trying to keep their quote unquote creators, also known as influencers, on that particular platform. So this is one way to incentivize people to stay on the platform where they began. And also for those of you that want to work a little harder for Instagram to get up to 10,000 followers, and some of you will do it, then this might be, a good way potentially to make a little bit of money. Okay. There you have it. That is the or was the Instagram live news for today. Badges, monetization for creators. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. But for those of us who do not have 10,000 followers, you can still monetize things. You don't have to wait to get 10,000 followers to make money through Instagram. But that's a whole nother live stream. And you can talk to me later about how that can be made possible. Okay. So let's move on now to Facebook. Because when we start talking about Instagram, its mama, daddy, whatever you want to call it, owner is Facebook. But here's the thing. For those of you that are now, especially if you're a small business owner, or if you are an individual too, I don't care what business size you are, but especially for small business owners, because small business owners seemingly have the most challenges when it comes to really taking advantage of Facebook ads, one way or the other, whether it's the creative, whether it is just not having enough budget, just not knowing how to best utilize the targeting and things of that nature. However, it could get a little easier or a little bit more complicated depending on how you look at it. Basically, what's happened is this. Starting in January 19th, 2022, Facebook has decided to remove detailed targeting options that relate to topics some people deem a little sensitive when it when it refers to causes, organizations, public figures, things that relate to health, race, ethnicity, political affiliation, religion, sexual orientation. Okay? That's what we're talking about. So let me show you Facebook's official word on this, and then I'll show you an example because I want y'all to see this directly from the source. Okay, there we are. Okay, so let me get this together. Here we go. So when we start thinking about 2022 and how you are going to leverage Facebook and Facebook ads, you got to know this. Like I just said, starting in January, these things that relate to causes, organizations, public figures, health, race, ethnicity, all of that, sexual orientation, anything that people, not anything, but there's a lot of leeway here when we start talking about may perceive as sensitive. Okay. So you got health causes, lung cancer awareness, World Diabetes Day, sexual orientation, same sex, LGBT culture, Catholic Church, Jewish holidays, political beliefs, social issues, causes, organizations, and figures. Okay. So it's funny how they kind of left off the race part right through here and ethnicity. They don't have an example here, and that probably is by design. But I think that's kind of interesting. They left out they created all of that and left out an example for race and ethnicity. Okay. So they say, it's important to note that the interest targeting options we are removing are not based on people's physical characteristics or personal attributes, but instead on things like people's interactions with content on our platform. Okay. Says we've heard concerns from experts that targeting options like these could be used in ways that lead to negative experiences for people in underrepresented groups. Yeah, that's me. People like me. People that look like me. Okay. So, of course, here's what they say, you should be focusing on. Don't focus on what you're losing out on, because you'll still be able to probably do some of your targeting the way you were doing it before. It's just certain things you will not be able to target anymore. And you probably won't know. It'll probably be more of a trial and error, which is basically what Facebook ads is anyway, to a degree. But at least now you'll have to go into your ad sets and things of that nature. And as you are building in your campaigns, and as you're building your ads, and you figure out what your targeting is going to be, you probably will lose some options, but there's still a lot of other options to use. So I wouldn't get too caught up in all of that too much. But here's the thing too. Facebook is saying, you know what? There are other things that you can focus on. Don't just focus on that. Focus on things like this. It says we remain committed to helping small businesses, nonprofits, and advocacy groups to reach their audiences. So in addition to broad targeting, such as gender and age, here are some of our top tips and example cases for our partners. Okay. So, for example, an advocacy group looking to drive donations, or a small business trying to connect with its customers, can use engagement custom audiences to reach people who have liked their page or people who have watched their videos that may have appeared in the news feed. Okay. It says, of course, these people have already shown direct interest in and engage with advertisers' cause or brand, and may be interested in supporting when an advertiser reaches back out. So basically, we're talking about custom audiences and those individuals that have already engaged with something that you've already put on Facebook. But here's the thing about that though. Um, yeah, this might, for those people that may have reached you organically, okay, you can reach those people that have come across your content organically. Okay, that's well and wonderful. You could put them in a custom audience. But we all know reach is a little low. Not a little, it is low. Let's just keep it 100. Facebook reach is low. And at this point, especially for some of you small business owners, you're not getting the reach on any of your content, much less a video or a post. So, trying to create a custom audience around people that have engaged with your content is going to be frustration because you're not getting much engagement to begin with. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so Facebook also says businesses and groups can also use lookalike audiences to help them further widen when the people they reach. Okay, use these engagement custom audiences as a seed audience to build lookalike audiences. Now, for those of you that are not clear as to what a lookalike audience is, basically, you've got a couple of ways you can go with this. You have an email list. You import that email list into Facebook. Facebook will look in their database to see if they have those emails. If they do have those emails in their database, then they pretty much have a profile of that person and what they do on Facebook. And so they can create an audience that has similar behaviors on Facebook as the one you imported that matched the emails that are already in their database. Because you can import, let's say, 1,000 or so, 3,000 or so emails into Facebook. But the reality of it is they may not have all of those emails in their database. So that 3,000 list may now be shrunk to maybe 1,000. And then from that 1,000, Facebook can create what they call a lookalike audience. Okay. Then we've got website custom audiences, which also means basically people that have visited your website. If you've got the Facebook pixel and things of that nature on your website, and I'm not going to go into a deep dive with what that is, but those people who have left Facebook, went to your website, the pixel collects that data, and then you can create a custom audience from that. So they're also here saying that you can do location targeting, can be used to reach people in the vicinity of a business, a brick and mortar store, or within the radius of their shopping capabilities. Okay. Additionally, businesses and groups who have permissions from their customers are able to use their customer data for targeting via customer list from a custom audience. Okay. So basically, Facebook is telling you, look, the targeting that you used to get, the detailed targeting that you used to get in your Facebook, some of that is going to go away, primarily because we know there are some actors, some quote unquote bad actors out there that have been using the detailed targeting for negative. And basically, we are tired. We are tired of getting blamed for these campaigns that people are using. And we know that they've been using it for years. And now, because everybody is on our butt, we've decided we want to make sure to take away some of those specific things that continually get us in trouble when it comes to ad targeting. Okay, so that's one reason. And then two, at the end of the day, you're losing a little bit of ad targeting, but they're telling you to start using some of the other tools like the custom audiences. If you can figure out how to create a custom audience, whether it be through engagement or whether it be through a custom email list. Okay. All right, so let's move on. That was the Facebook news of the day. Not that sexy at all, but it's something that y'all need to know as you are figuring out what in the world you're going to do with Facebook for next year. Okay. Let's go to my last story of this here day. This is the fun story. The fun story of the day is Move Closer Gladiators to the Screen. Kerry Washington is officially on YouTube. Now, I know you're like, well, wasn't she on YouTube? No, I'm not talking about somebody else who has a video featuring Kerry Washington. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Kerry Washington is officially on YouTube, and she has her own official channel. That's what I am talking about. Okay. So don't get it twisted. This is her baby. This is her channel. And she is launching it with a new show. So let's hear a little bit more about her Simpson Street production on YouTube. And I think y'all will find this really, really fun to watch. I watched the first episode and I thought it was quite engaging. Okay, so let's go over here to the Twitter because she's quite active on Twitter. But technically, I learned about this not through Twitter, but through Community. If y'all don't know what Community is, that is an app. It's a mobile app. And what happens is Kerry Washington, she sends text messages to people that have subscribed to her. And it's free. You don't pay anything, at least not yet. You don't pay anything. She has a certain number that you subscribe to, and then you get on her mobile marketing list. And when she has something important to tell you about, or sometimes, she'll just send you something, hey, happy birthday, or and she knows technically through Community what state you're in. So she'll sometimes send you something about voter registrations and things of that nature. So at the end of the day, it's called Community. And there's a lot of celebrities and other notable people that are using it. Not necessarily as a replacement for social media per se, but as a complement to social media. Because if indeed another platform goes down, like, if it's Twitch, if it's Twitter, whatever it may be, she can still reach her fan base through Community. All right, so let's go over here to the Twitter and let's hear her talk about her new show on YouTube.
Hey everybody, so I have something to share with you that I'm super crazy excited about. I've been teasing it out a little bit and you guys have had some amazing guesses, but it is time to now tell you what's up. So I am doing a new series on YouTube called Street You Grew Up On, and here's why. So my production company is named Simpson Street after the street that my mother grew up on in the Bronx. And when we were kids growing up in the Bronx, Simpson Street was like the stuff of legend. It was, the house on Simpson Street is where all of their adventures happened. It's where it all began. It's my family's once upon a time. And so I wanted to talk to a bunch of people that I love and admire about their once upon a times and travel with them in our minds and hearts to the street that they grew up on. So I'm really excited about the series. We have some incredible conversations with phenomenal people. It's all going to live on YouTube, so make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also go to Simpson Street. Follow Simpson Street. All of the content will live there. I just can't wait to share it with you. I'm really excited. It's been so much fun, and I really hope you enjoy it.
Okay. All right, so now let's go over here to the YouTube, Kerry Washington's official YouTube channel. Okay. Hold on. We got to cue it up. See. All right, let's go back over here. Let's bring Kerry up a little bit. Negativity is noise, and anybody that sees this right here, she's from the boogie down all day. That's Brooklyn. That is a very throwback to Do the Right Thing, in case some of y'all missed all of that imagery right there. Okay, at any rate, so Let's see what she has to say here.
YouTube, what's up? It's Carrie. Welcome to my YouTube page. Thank you so much for coming. I wanted to name my production company Simpson Street because it's the name of the street that my mother grew up on in the BX Boogie Down Bronx. So it is so deeply rooted in who I am and how I think and what I feel, and I decided to create this series called The Street You Grew Up On, where I get to interview some of my favorite people, friends, people I love and admire, about the street that they grew up on and find out more about their origin stories, where they come from. Kind of cool, right? I know. So I hope that you'll tune in and watch and subscribe and love it. And that's it. Bye. See you soon.
Okay. So here's I watched this one here.
What was your role in were you the oldest of the bottom three?
I was the oldest of the bottom three, the oldest and the bossiest of the bottom
And were
three.
you like the family comedian? Were you the caretaker? Like, what was your role in the house?
Literally just bossy. I wasn't the funniest one.
Hey everybody, welcome to Street You Grew Up On. Today, we are talking to an incredibly talented and beautiful and smart and hilarious human being. She is a fantastic actress and producer and the creator of one of my favorite shows of all time, Insecure. We are welcoming Issa Rae. Wow.
Okay. So let's see. She's got some other guests here. She's got Tan Francis, Carrie. Okay, she's got Sarah Paulson. So she's only got 3 episodes thus far. And she's got 2,000 subscribers. Okay, so y'all see where the channel is. It's youtube.com/Carrie Washington. Do what you do. You subscribe, you support, watch the videos, give it a thumb up. Don't play with the dislikes. Don't do that. That's not nice. Okay, and tell some people that Carrie Washington is out here in these internet streets with a new show called, what's it called again? I forgot just that quickly. Oh goodness, Street You Grew Up On. That's what it's called. I think it's what it's called. Yeah. Street You Grew Up On is the official name of her YouTube show. But the channel is called just Carrie Washington. Okay. So that's it, people. That is it for this here day. Thank you for coming through. For those of you that are watching the replay, I appreciate you. I really do. For those of you that peeped your head into the show today, I know you're like, well, am I watching the right one? Because, yeah, well, I had some technical difficulties, so I had to restart. So thank you. For those of you that are new, come back again next week. And if you have any questions, comments, please leave them on the platforms you're watching them on. If there is something you want me to talk about on the show, let me know that too, please. Especially all things social media related. Okay, just social media related stuff. Okay, and that's it. So it's Friday. Have a good weekend. Oh, also, it seems like there's an energy around this Friday. There's a lot of things launching, a lot of new movies coming out this weekend. I think Halle Berry's movie comes out this weekend too, called, what's it, Bruised? I think it's called Bruised. She's a UFC fighter. That should be interesting. I think it's on Netflix. That's what I'll be watching this weekend, I do believe. And what else? Something else is coming out this weekend, I think in theaters. But at any rate, have a safe weekend, people. I will see you again next week. Same time, same place, same social media profiles. Until next time, bye-bye.